back it up on me? Yeah, I know the style where you got this. So won't you back it up on me? This a girl a wine in a time. I move around like she don't have no spine. The next thing, Joe she find. She have the rest of them a wait in a line. Oh gosh, champagne a pop and we so fast. Weed in a spliff, no allow that. Girl, back it up, make me hold that. This girl's on the level right now. I match to the bass and the treble right now. Wine for the real, let my crown. Bedroom bullet up, me now pop down. Fast, fast, slow, slow. Anywhere you want, baby girl, go. Bounce up and down like a bow. Go, girl, you want it, they know. Yo, real on the scene. Heavy movement. You and your team. Yeah, them can't intervene. Right. You know what that style where you got this. So won't you back it up on me? I love the way you're whining your pop waist. Don't be silly, making me alright. So smooth when you move to the groove, you're the truth, baby. Back it up on me. Yeah, I love the style where you got this. So won't you back it up on me?
Back it up on me, telling me that you want me, baby girl, if you loving tonight.
Right.
Baby, I'm in town, know that it's going down. You know that I'm only here for one night. You know what he won't do, really won't do. You know why I probably put that thing upon you. Looking at you, looking like you really want to. There's nothing on this earth, baby girl, I won't do. Girl, cause we turning up. Shots on deck, cause we burning up. Take it back to the telly, throw it up. Take it back to the telly, throw it up, girl, throw it up. Oh, yeah. Looking at your friends like you don't care. Girl, cause the Grey Goose is in here. Oh, yeah, we in here.
You know I let it stay where you got this. So won't you back it up on me? I love the way you're whining your pop waist. Don't tease till it making me honest. So smooth when you move to the groove, you're the truth, baby. Back it up on me. Yeah, I love the style where you got this. So won't you back it up on me?
Beats.
They say I love money, baby. Oh, you say you love money, baby. So many say they can't love money, baby. They can't love money, baby. You love baby. Well, I what if money can do? 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 Well, I what if money can do? 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 I put my money in a red bank. Before I was buying the money, I left my money in a red bank. Hey, yeah. I never see it from there. They can't let my style, but the money can concentrate them. Hey, yeah. Please, my head, please, my home. How did I now, please, my head? Please, my head, please, my home. How did I now, please, my head? Can't be a dabuna. You a dabuna. You can't be a dabuna. You don't get more like one a dabuna. Today, una pay you come. Looking for it. I see money back here, I can see that on the heart. Looking for it. Can't be a dabuna. You a dabuna. You don't get more like one a dabuna. What if money can do? 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 Well, what if money can do? 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 If you want to talk about just say, I can't pull out my bag, I can't say I'm party. Catch your breath. Monkey go up, monkey hard to calm down. Monkey calm down, monkey calm down. If you make a baggy, they say you want me calm down. Monkey calm down, monkey calm down. Money for hair, papa ground. Monkey calm down, monkey calm down. Girl, monkey swaggy, now I calm down. Monkey calm down. What if money can do? 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 Well, what if money can do? What if money can do? What if money can do? What if money can do?
When you sit inside my alley exclusive.
I'm a mermaid.
I need you, yeah. I need you.
Ah, what? And I lie to plenty again. For you, I can't lie to you. You know why? Because I won't spend the rest of my life with you. More come in here, I take it big. You will take it too. You know why? Because my when you look good. See your friend said it. I call up and say my girl. Will you marry me?
Yes, I will.
Love and caring.
Yes, I will.
To love and to hold.
Yes, I will.
Reach up, oh.
Not too sure.
Will you marry me?
Yes, I will.
To love and to hold.
Yes, I will.
Reach up, oh.
Not too sure.
For the love,
Not 2 years I will marry you. I will come here for you. If you give me a chance, I will propose.
When you are coming to Liberia, the first thing you think about is getting your way in and around the city. Now, you don't need to worry about that because LIB Executive Shuttle has that covered for you. We have our luxury private and share ride options, scheduled airport services, business or corporate travel, daily rental in and around Monrovia. Or if you want to take a trip to Kakata, Ganta, Buchanan, Banga, LIB Executive Shuttle got you. Our excursion packages include trips to Patawi Waterfalls, Sunset Beach, or Wuka Farms. We are located after Carver Mission Junction, RRA Road, Pinsville, Monrovia, Liberia. For inquiries, call cell numbers 0770 072 614 or 0770 072 613. Better still, call our USA number on 001 301 750 1336. LIB Executive Shuttle. Let us do the driving for you. They say a home is where the heart is. That's why at Ameros Suites, we provide a conducive and safe environment for your long and short-term stay. With our 6 fully furnished luxurious apartments of 3 bedrooms each, our customers have the option of renting a full apartment or single bedroom. We also have standard rooms and king suites. At Ameros Suites, we have 24-hour electricity, cold and hot water, cable TV, internet service, and fully air-conditioned rooms. Ameros Suites takes the pressure off its customers with our fully equipped kitchens, living and dining rooms, as well as balconies. All you need is your personal belongings and enjoy your stay. We are located on Silver Beach Road in Dwazan, Lower Margibi County. For reservation, call our US number 610-986-1077 and our LIB number on 0777 588 118. You can email us at edithwaters111@gmail.com. Melrose Suites, a home away from home. It is often said any sufficiently advanced technology is indistinguishable from magic. That is why I introduced to you a company with magic, SM Group Incorporated. SM Group Incorporated is an internet technology company that provides the best quality and cheapest internet services, including IT management services, supplies of IT equipment, networking, mobile app and software development, structural cabling, and web design. We also develop POS cash register system for small businesses like mini-mart, supermarket, restaurants, and bar, hotel management software for reservations and online booking. SM Group Incorporated installs biometric systems that include hotel door locks and access control, database, CCTV security, and motion sensor system installation with 24/7 monitoring and cloud backup storage with mini solar backup power system. Coming soon is the SM Group SASE-Net, which will deploy hundreds of Wi-Fi hotspots across the city with high-speed, affordable broadband internet service for less than $100 Liberian dollars. For more information, visit our website at www.smgroupincorporated.net or email us at info@smgroupincorporated.net or call cell numbers 0777 881 881. We are located at the intersection of Kerry and Center Streets in Monrovia.
Another banger, baby, calm down.
Pinto One of Delaware. Yes, it's Pinto One of Delaware, the name that counts when you talk quality painting works. For more than 2 decades, Pinto One has brought more life and vigor to thousands of residential and commercial complexes with our quality painting services. Give your homes, offices, bars, stores, hospitals, shops, etc. that look they deserve by choosing Pinto One of Delaware. For more information, call us on phone number 302 508 3034. Again, 302 508 3034. Or visit our website at pinter1.com/Delaware. Or better still, email us on ivan@pinter1.com or holly@pinter1.com. Schedule a free estimate and get 10% off by using the promo code Costa. Pinter One of Delaware. Renew your space, renew your life.
She dey give me small, small, I know.
Peter Massacre Insurance Agency is the name that counts when you talk quality and affordable insurance services. Located in central New Jersey, Peter Massacre Insurance Agency provides homeowner insurance, commercial and business insurance, auto insurance, life insurance, and a lot more. We partner with over 20 top-rated companies to ensure we provide affordable pricing and quality services to our clients. Not only that, we also offer free financial planning consultation, and we are licensed in 20 states across the USA. At Peter Massacre Insurance Agency, our staff are well trained to handle all your insurance needs. Visit our website on www.pmassinsurance.com or call us on phone number 609-571-3037. That's 609-571-3037. Peter Massacre Insurance Agency, your low-cost insurance partner.
Do you need a car?
Ready for an upgrade?
Then come to Sika Motors, sole distributors of Toyota vehicles, Mitsubishi vehicles, and Yamaha motorbikes, genuine accessories and spare parts.
You name it, we have it. We have the 2022 brands of Toyota vehicles. Select from our new Toyota Starlight,
Toyota Belter, Toyota Rush.
We've got the best deal in town through our Sika Motors financing schemes with selected banks, EcoBank Liberia and UBA Liberia, starting at the lowest as 500 USD. You won't believe these prices. Come for quality, reliability, and durability. Take a spin and let's make a deal.
Sika Motors on the UN Drive at Town, Bushra Island, or call Sika Motors on +231 775 987 758 or email cmarketing@cfao.com. Sika Motors, drive with confidence.
We all know the headache we go through sending money to our loved ones, friends, and family in Liberia. High fees, long lines in banks, the usual complaint of the system being down, such a waste of time and energy. That is why I was very happy when I learned that Cenwave is now in Liberia. So now I can send money anytime from anywhere directly from my smartphone to the MTN Lone Star Cell mobile money account of a loved one, friend, or family within seconds for just a tiny fee. So download Cenwave now to your phone from your Apple Store or Google Play Store. Add your details, and don't worry, they are very safe and secure, and start sending money today. Don't forget to insert the promo code COSTA to get free $5 credit added to your first transfer. Cenwave is secure, super fast, and by far the most affordable way to send money to Liberia. I'm Henry P. Costa and a very happy customer. Thank you.
Good morning. Welcome to the program. Today is Monday, the 25th day of July 2022. The time in Monrovia is 6:20. In the US is 6:29. In Delaware, the time in Liberia is 10:29. And it's very good to be here. We took a good bit of time off the show, but we're glad to be back. And glad to be back. Lots of interesting things are happening in the country. We'll be talking about the LACC boss, Edwin Martin, spoke with the VOA. We have that interview which we'll play for you. He said his whereabouts he could not disclose for fear of his, for fear for his life. He said he is in hiding. There are threats on his life. He said that to James Botte of the VOA. We have that interview. We will play it. I sent it to you, Buak. I pay attention to your WhatsApp. This stems from the crisis with the LACC. The president, the legislature has passed an amendment of the LACC Act, basically removing everyone there and basically watering down the powers of the LACC. We'll also be talking about the end of the Miss Liberia beauty pageant. There was a lot of confusion surrounding it. People didn't understand how they ended up with Miss Riverses as the winner. She didn't look like she was going to win at all. Buakai, it just hit people from the blind side. What do you make of that?
Sure. Well, she was not the favorite among the folks that were, contesting. So I don't know how it really happened in Costa.
People are confused.
All of the time that they went for the first event, she came 4th or 5th. The second event, now 4th or 5th.
She was not even in the top 5.
No.
Even when it comes to the voting, they text in the voting, right? Miss Monserrato, I saw the numbers. They published the numbers. For example, Miss Monserrato, I don't know what her name is, Wilhelmina Brown or something. Miss Monserrato had 85,000 something votes. Next to her was, I believe, what? Miss. I mean, this young lady was nowhere near top 5. How did it happen? So are the votes not that important? I thought these votes, there are many ways they determine who the winner is, right? The number one way is the votes, right? Is it not how to do it? I don't know much about how they organize this stuff. So it's nothing short of a miracle. The way they ended up with this lady, with this young lady.
Yeah, the public votes. Monserrato came first, followed by Grand Cape Mount.
Call the numbers if you have it. If you have the numbers, call them out, please.
Monserrato votes accumulated what 8,000.
No, that's not 8,000. But I read that number carefully.
85,667 votes.
Thank you.
For
85,000 votes for Monserrato. Proceed.
Yeah.
The next person.
Yeah. Then Grand Cape Mount, 78,239.
Go ahead. Read.
Nimba, 68,207. Before Riverses coming, 66,922.
So the votes aren't the votes the number one determining factor for the winner? To determine the winner? What is the number one factor?
Performance. Yeah.
Have you heard Miss Riverses? I haven't heard her speak.
No, she was not at her best. Even at the event, the performance was very poor. So I don't know how it happened. I just don't know.
So she came 4th place in terms of the voting. And then in terms of performance, she didn't do so well. She didn't outshine Miss Monserrato, for example, or Miss
Monserrato, Miss Cape Mount, or Nimba. No, she didn't outshine them.
Okay, but how did she win?
That's a question.
Did you see the post made by Miss Nimba, Regina Carlson? Her initial reaction to the...
Yeah, I saw it, but later on yesterday evening, she said,
Miss Regina Carlson of Nimba, folks, for those of you who didn't see it, she had threatened that she was going to sue. She said she was going to go to court. She said they took their money, and what they did was selection. What does she mean by that? She said the process was not fair. She said she was going to pursue legal action. The process was not fair. She was going to go to court. But then, in a later post, in a post she made later, or in a latter post, that would be the correct word, she came back and said, well, I withdraw my initial legal pursuit threat. We're no longer going to go to court. It's okay. We're just going to move on. I think she was advised against it. That's Liberia for you. What would she have gotten even had she gone to court, Baka? Come on, the winner was already selected. But it didn't make sense, Baka, because in these things, everything is public. The voting is public. People see the results, which you just called out. Miss Rivers came, what, fifth place in terms of the voting?
Yeah.
Then
fourth place.
The performance, all the performances are also public for everyone to see. You remember they had this embarrassing situation where they had to scrap the whole process because they had one event where it was mobbed.
Yeah, that was the public speaking.
Public speaking.
Yeah,
exactly.
public speaking.
And what did they do?
So the public speaking, Nimba won the public speaking, but a judge that previously supported the Nimba queen, he was part of the judges, so they scratched that out because of that particular process.
But what did they not do their homework? Conflict of interest?
So this is the problem that we have with the entire Miss Liberia program. Even the girl that won, she had previously contested for the Miss AMU representing Nima County. On her Facebook page, she posted it there. So there was no background investigation done on the queens. And now people are saying she's from Nimba County instead of being from Riverside.
But there are many Facebook posts to say that she's from Nimba. Her name is Vonla. She's Gio.
Yeah.
She said it herself in many Facebook posts that she's a Gio girl.
Yeah. So there was no background investigation done on the queens where they are from.
No problem with that, Baka. They say it doesn't matter which county you are originally from or your parents are from, but wherever you're born, you can represent that county. So there's that argument that people are making. So I think they have a point. Yeah. But there's another issue, Baka. How disorganized the entire process was, Baka. The process was extremely disorganized, poorly organized, right? Let's look at this, for example. The exercise, the grand finale on Saturday began at, it was supposed to start at what time? I thought it said 9 p.m. 6 p.m.
Red carpet 6 p.m.
Yeah, but the actual event was supposed to start at 9 p.m. But we're told that the actual event began at around 1 p.m. 1 a.m. the next morning.
12 to 1 a.m. And then Costa, they started cutting the queen's time on the stage
because they
have to come and perform.
So that affected their performances because they had prepped to perform. They allotted each contestant a certain amount of time within which to perform. But because of what they did, because they started so late. So they had to reduce their time, thereby affecting their performances. I mean, Liberia is a country
even taking the queens from on stage and telling them that your time is up, you have to leave the stage.
I mean, like literally, disrupting them or interrupting them and removing them from the stage while they were performing. I mean, what kind of country is this? The queen is on stage, or the contestant is on stage. She's performing. And then you walk up to her and say, let go, let go, let go. When you had told her that she would have 5-10 minutes to perform. But then because you started late, you were supposed to start at 6 p.m. for red carpet. The actual event starts at 9 p.m. You wasted time for whatever reasons. You went into the time, significantly went into the time, and then you started at 1 a.m. And they said the whole thing was, I didn't watch it. They said it was a flop. It was boring. I mean, I saw a little bit of it on Facebook. The reason I didn't watch it, when I saw a little bit of it on Facebook, and just the sound system they had there, okay? The PA
very,
system,
very poor.
The
Very
music
bold.
they were playing from the PA system. Let me tell you why I stopped watching. When I watched a little bit of it, and I heard the music that was coming out of those speakers of the PA system, I was like, well, I'm not going to watch this nonsense. This is stupid. I mean, this is the best PA system they could get. I just tuned out. I just tuned out completely because it was so poor. The music that was playing was the PA system was so terrible, Bwaka. No vibe. You couldn't. My man, Liberia is just a mess up country, my man. What kind of country we got so? Nothing works in the country. Nothing works. So they Miss Liberia, yeah. I don't know how she won. Oh. Everybody is confused as to how she won. Bwaka. Yes, people really are confused.
That you built to away.
Now we saw this moment with her and Bill Torre. What's going on? They say he's sponsor her.
Like man, Lacc is a sponsor you about. You know smart, eh? I mean late.
Wait. But why some people making it look like they got a father and daughter relationship?
No, like man, Lacc and that.
I know that one, to be honest, but I heard he sponsored her because he was there.
Yeah, so now the man contesting in Riverside County. All he want is that the crown should go Riverside, but not because of that. The men they get in something that the men they get. They learn something that been hiding.
You think that's why she won? Do you think that's why the men won?
The men spend it mad, that.
Hey, Labia. All right. Now, folks, let's move on to something else. Lone Star. The national team. Oh, I'm sorry. Loose Star. Loose Star. We need to change the national team's name. We need to change the name from Lone Star to Loose Star. We can just lose. That's all we can do. But I'm going to say this. Yesterday, we played Senegal. You know, I don't know why they can pull out with these kind of teams. You ain't let that, bro. Senegal. So we played Senegal yesterday, and they beat us how many goals, Bagai? 3-0. In fact, we did well. We did well. Before we go any further, I want to say shout out to our friends at our partners at Sika Motors. They are the sole distributor of quality, durable Toyota vehicles in Liberia. They also sell lots of other heavy-duty trucks and equipment, Hino trucks, and other heavy-duty equipment, earth-moving equipment. Sikamoto also offers different financing plans from as low as $500. You can walk away with a brand new vehicle once everything checks out with you and your bank and all that kind of stuff. So check out Sika Motors today. Their offices are at Seontown UN Drive. Check them out, and you can get yourself a decent Toyota vehicle. All right, now let's go back to what we're talking about. Loose Star. I did not say Loose Star. I said Loose Star because we can just lose. We have expertise in losing. I think we should forget about the Loose Star and just we need to poll out. Would we be the first country to do this, Buckeye? No, we wouldn't be.
Nope.
I know I'm not a football fanatic, but I know enough to know that there are countries in the world whose football teams, national teams, were not so well, were not doing very well, and they withdrew from all international engagements and built a team. For a number of years, they withdrew and they built a team. Liberia does have potential. We do. Because they can play. But not the guy that we're bringing from Malaysia, Indonesia, India. Those guys that can play. We need to withdraw from all of these international engagements, and we need to build a team. That is what we need to do, because the Loose Star, I keep saying it is not the Loon Star, it is the Loose Star, L-O-S-E, L-O-S-E, Loose Star, because that's all we do, we lose. Let's withdraw and build a team. You know, when they had a big program dedicating SKD, they refurbished SKD, and they're celebrating. It's a big celebration. I mean, you're celebrating SKD when you can't win one game. You can't win one game. We need to build a real football team. Withdraw from all international competitions, write the FIFA, write CAF, tell them that the country wants to rebuild its national team, its football program. So you withdraw, ask for 5 years. Within 5 years, you can set up a team. You can recruit the best scouts, send them across the country, Buckeye. Start leagues in counties. Leagues. Do leagues in various counties to spend money to sponsor the leagues and make sure every town, every district is able to send its team to participate. You start first at the district level in the county, and you do the tournament, because you want to do what? You want to create an opportunity where the young players can get spotted. You want to focus on young players. You're not going for puppet who 30 years old, 35 years old. You're going for kids who are 15, 17, 18, 19, 20. You go, you start that league, and once they win, then you bring them to the other level, county. You look, I'm not a football person, but I just have some basic ideas. So you need to do this. Withdraw and focus on building a team. That is what we need to do. Now, folks, we have some restrictions on our Facebook. It will not be lifted until the 8th of August. We've challenged the decision, and because of that, it's affected our Facebook. The distribution or the penetration has been restricted. What do I mean by that? The number of people who used to receive notifications when we come on, that number has reduced. A lot of you will not receive the notification. And this has been going on for over a week now because our page was restricted by Facebook. This page that we go live from. So you realize that we used to have over 1,000, 2,000 people watching in the morning. But nowadays, that's not the case. Who is this person who keeps calling me? Hello, what do you want? Why have you been calling me nonstop? Who is this? Yeah, Chairman of Soup. I want to speak to you, but I can't talk to you right now. I'm on the show. I'm on the show right now. I want to speak with you, my brother. Yeah? I'll need... no, not after the show. I want to speak with you guys so you can tell us why you're doing the protest and stuff like that. So I will call you at some point during the show. Just stay put. I will call you. Or I'll have Boaga call you. I'm going to send your number to Boaga right now. But we are on the show live, so people know I'm speaking with the Chairman of Soup. What is your name again, by the way? Sal. I will have Boaga call you. All right, my brother. Thank you. Okay, that is the Chairman of Soup, Mustafa N. Kane. Martina Konate gave me my number. And Boaga, I'm going to send a number to you, eh?
Okay.
Yeah, you know the Soup people say that they want to have they're having a protest, eh? Yeah.
Fix the country. Fix the country.
Yeah. They say we have to face the country, right? No, but there is a caveat. Face the country or what? Or leave.
Or leave? I want to know what face the country.
No, they gotta. Yeah, there is an ultimatum: face the country or leave. Anyway, let's go back to our talking points. There. Don't forget, Boga, we have to call him back. We got to speak with the Chairman of Soup. All right. So as I was saying, so our Facebook has been affected, but this restriction will be lifted by the 8th of August. It will be lifted. I believe Musa Ability filed some kind of protest against us, but that doesn't mean our other accounts are not. All the other platforms that we're streaming on, they're doing very, very well. They are not affected. It's just the Facebook that is affected. You know, the page that we do the show on has 114,000 people on it. And each morning when we come on, this page sends out notifications to each and every one of those people. Each person receives a notification. But unfortunately, it's not happening. It's significantly reduced that because of the restrictions placed on our Facebook page. That's why you see the views are not as high as they normally are. But it's just for now until August the 8th. But anyway, back to our talking point. So, Bagai, we're going to go now and play this So Liberty Party, okay, there is a crisis again. The crisis is still there. It has not gone away. Liberty Party. What is the crisis? The crisis is that the Liberty Party, okay, you remember the other day, Yombli Kanga Lawrence submitted the document, submitted the amended constitution of the Liberty Party, as was mandated by the Justice in Chamber, James Edahawolo Colley. So Yombli and her team worked together, made the corrections to the Constitution of the Liberty Party of January 2021, consistent with the provisions in the MOU they signed at the Farmington, which Musa Belete signed onto, admitting tacitly that he had fingered the Constitution. And so those things that he had fingered, they were going to correct them, withdraw the Constitution from the neck, correct them, and then resubmit. And then, of course, when it went to the Supreme Court mandated that. So Yombli filed it. Now listen to me. We had said that we were not sure that the NEC would accept what Yombli and her team had filed, even though they did it correctly. They did it correctly. Listen to what happened. It has now been reported, it is in Front Page Africa, and we can verify that the Constitution that was filed by Yombli, I believe 2 Mondays ago, it was 2 Mondays ago. 2 Mondays ago, the Yombli Kanga Lawrence team filed this Constitution, the corrected, revised version. The NEC, the National Elections Commission, right after they filed the Constitution with the NEC, what happened? Musa Belete wrote the NEC. Criminal Musa Belete wrote the NEC the very same day, asking or telling the NEC to not accept, to not dignify the corrected, revised, or not even revised, corrected version of the Constitution. He wrote the NEC. Yombli filed on the 11th of July. It was a Monday. Musa Belete wrote the NEC on the very same Monday, told the NEC, do not accept what Yombli filed, because Yombli was removed as political leader of the party, which is absolute nonsense. But guess what the NEC did? The National Elections Commission has taken a decision to reject the Constitution, the corrected version of the Constitution, as was submitted by Yombli Kanga Lawrence. The Constitution, as I said, was filed on Monday, July 11. Yombli did that. The Elections Commission is saying they will not accept. They will not accept what Yombli and her team filed. Where has Waka gone? Folks, are you listening to this? Wow. Wow. Yo, the NEC has raised additional issues. The NEC is saying they're questioning why Yombli submitted a new constitution, as if to say the NEC is not aware that the Supreme Court, through the presiding justice in Chamber at the time, mandated that the Constitution be corrected and resubmitted. They're pretending not to know. Also, Yombli wrote a very self-explanatory letter, a cover letter, which was attached to the corrected version of the Constitution. That self-explanatory letter, which leaves nothing to the imagination, nothing to cause any ambiguity, the NEC is still saying they don't understand why Yombli submitted a new constitution. Folks, the Elections Commission, according to this communication, the Election Commission wrote a letter dated July 21, 2022. A letter was written last week. They addressed the letter to Yombli Kanga Lawrence, political leader of the LP, And the carpet Mr. Ability, the criminal chairman of the party, and Martin Kola, his poodle, that ignorant, low intellect, low energy poodle of Musa Ability, the NEC wrote them in the NEC meeting that their decision they took some time ago on the 2021 notarized version of the party's constitution remains intact. The NEC wrote Yombly and wrote Musa Ability, or what basically copied Musa Ability and that guy, Kola, and informed them that it does not accept this version of the constitution that Yombly submitted. The NEC is saying the corrected version that Yombly submitted, it does not accept it. It is still accepting the fraudulent version that Musa Ability submitted. We told you. What did we say the other day? We told you that Musa Ability controls the NEC. Because the friends, the people in power that Ability works for, they will ensure that Ability wins any day you go to the NEC. Ability has won yet again. The NEC has chosen to ignore the mandate of the presiding justice in chamber, Michael Bobby Boo. That is what the NEC has elected to do, to refuse to accept what the Supreme Court Justice in chamber then, James Etta Howard Wolokoli, had mandated, which Yombly Kanga followed to the letter, tried to get Ability to cooperate. Ability refused to cooperate. Now the NEC is saying we will not accept this version of the Constitution that Yombly has filed. We will not accept it. We will accept the version that Ability had filed, even though Yombly, in the number of communications to the National Elections Commission, informed them that it is not Ability who should have filed that constitution in the very first place. And that is correct. It is written in black and white in the Liberty Party Constitution. It is the presiding officer at the given convention where the Constitution was amended or where a new corps of officers were elected. It is that presiding officer that submits, that is tasked, that is clothed with the authority to submit the party's constitution to the National Elections Commission. It is not the person who was elected chairman or who was elected secretary general that submits the constitution to the NEC. It is not. It is not even that person that presents himself. It is not consistent with best practice. When Bwaka goes to an election and he wins a position in the party, it is the person who presided over that convention that saw Bwaka elected. It is that person who writes to the Elections Commission to say, I, John Brown, having served a presiding officer of the just ended convention of our party, do right to fully and officially inform you that Bwaka Amara Kamara was elected chairman of the Liberty Party. It is the way it works. It is not Bwaka who writes the NEC to say, Bwaka, I won the convention and I'm ready to present myself to the NEC. No, you're not the presiding officer of a convention in which you were elected or at which you were elected. But Ability decided to present himself to the NEC, which is not consistent with the norms and the laws of the Liberty Party. When Yombly wrote the NEC to say that, the NEC refused to accept what is clearly written in the Constitution of the Liberty Party. Yombly also informed them, Mr. Ability is not the one who should submit the Constitution to you, the amended Constitution. It is I, the political leader of the party, who was the presiding officer at the convention, that should submit this constitution to you. So therefore, we write to you to request you to ignore, to discard, to throw away the constitution that Ability submitted to you. The NEC refused to honor what Yombly said. even though it is written very unequivocally and unambiguously clear in the Constitution of the Liberty Party that it is the presiding officer that submits or files the party's constitution to the Election Commission, and it is the presiding officer that writes to the NEC to present the list of the newly elected officers of the party. The NEC said no. My man, it is, look, Baga, this thing here is so obvious. The NEC does not have credibility to hold to organize the election of 2023.
Yeah, but because that's what the government want, to destabilize the opposition, and Musa Bede is doing just that.
Yeah.
So now he have managed to dismantle the entire LP, and the National Elections Commission is working in line with him.
It's facilitating it precisely.
Sure.
The Elections Commission was nearly held in contempt by the Supreme Court. You remember?
Yeah.
When James Adahama Wolokoli, they brought the NEC before them and said, NEC, why have you chosen side? You have become party to this conflict when you should be neutral. You become party. They reprimanded. She reprimanded. So somebody bring massacre. Go say that talking about it is time to go after CDC control NEC. The opposition will not do that, Prince. I'm sorry. This opposition that you are a member of, we will not do that. You will not go after the NEC. You are sitting there and you're watching the NEC behaving this way. The people who are running for president, Joe Barker, Ellis Cummings, they need to collaborate to bring pressure. I said they must come back together as one, but they are in the opposition together. Whatever happens, a NEC affects them individually and collectively. They need to get together and put pressure on this NEC. This NEC cannot be trusted. For the NEC to write Yombly and say to Yombly that the constitution that the corrected version, as was mandated by the Supreme Court, that you sent to us, we will not accept it. Even though they know it is the Supreme Court that mandated that those corrections be made, the NEC said, we will not accept it. Was the NEC at any of the hearings held by James Edahawa Wolokoli? Yes. The NEC was represented. And in one of those hearings where the NEC was present, the Supreme Court Justice in Chimba, presiding justice, told them, she was very clear, very unequivocal. She said, NEC, you messed this thing up. You behaved as though you're party to this whole palaver. You behaved unprofessionally. She told them that clearly. Clearly. Then the same NEC, after having been chastised and reprimanded by the Supreme Court Justice in Chimba, the same NEC has proceeded to do exactly the same thing that the Supreme Court Justice in Chimba chastised them for. They have gone back to say, even though the Supreme Court, which is the highest court in the land, mandated that the Constitution as was submitted by ability be withdrawn, corrected, consistent with the corrections clearly laid out in the Farmington MOU, and then resubmitted, Yombly has satisfied that mandate of the Supreme Court. Having satisfied that mandate and resubmitted the Constitution to the NEC, the NEC has decided to say, to hell with the Supreme Court. That is essentially what the NEC has done. The NEC has said, to hell with the Supreme Court. We will not honor what the Supreme Court said. As far as we are concerned, we will accept the Constitution that ability submitted. To hell with James Edahawa Wolokoli. This is the NEC that you have. Where is Prince Massacre? Prince Massacre, where the hell are you? You say it's time for us to move against the CDC control NEC. That you will move against them? The NEC has said, to hell with the Supreme Court. We will not honor anything the Supreme Court says. We will honor what ability says. A criminal like Musa ability can get the National Elections Commission to disregard, to rebuke, to reject the ruling of the Supreme Court, the highest court in the land.
So what will happen in 2023?
Thank you. You could go to the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court may rule in an election dispute in your favor. And the NEC could say to the Supreme Court, to hell with the Supreme Court. We will not honor what you said. That is the crisis that is brewing. You know, the bookman says a stitch in time to save 9. What does that mean? Let me break it down to you. I always like to put it this way. When your tracé get one hole, when your tracé, I'll put it the real Liberian way. When your tracé get one hole, you sold that hole quick. Before that one hole turn to 2 holes and 3 holes and 4 holes and 5 holes. That's what the bookman says. A stitch in time. You stitch it quick. Before one stitch turn to 9 stitches. A stitch in time to save 9. You sold it one hole quick before it turned to 9 holes. So you are sitting there as the opposition. You are watching the Elections Commission behave in a partisan way, flagrantly disregarding, rejecting, debunking, disrespecting the mandate of the Supreme Court. That Liberty Party today, whether you let Yombly, you not let Yombly, but that Liberty Party today, you sitting out there, you looking at it, you playing Yanka.
Some celebrating. Some celebrating.
You're not Liberty Party. Tomorrow, when we go to election and something happen, and you go to the Supreme Court to say Negma do the right thing, Supreme Court tell do the right thing, never say move from there. We're not doing shit. Sorry for my expression. I want to talk the real Liberian way. That you looking at your colo, you're not doing nothing. Musa Belete works for the regime. That is why Belete is protected by the regime. Anything Belete wants from the Elections Commission, from the court, Belete gets. My brother ASC, so your political leader, then they say now they're looking at it, they're not doing nothing.
They said it now, Costa, the voters' road, they haven't been cleaned up on the
Then
voters'
you know
road.
what happened, guy?
Nothing.
When push comes to shove, who they can be talking to? They are supported there now.
Like
President, what you
Costa,
say? Why you not talking? Why you the lead protest? I told y'all, Pedro will not lead no protest. COP will not call no protest. The politicians will do for themselves what the politicians must do for themselves. The COP will no longer be the one to get up to call for anything. Let the politicians do it for themselves. Election coming. You're sitting out there. You're not talking, The Election Commission is behaving in this way. You're looking at A, you're not talking. You're waiting until next year. When something happens now, then you will say, then you're our supporter, then they will say, Pedro, why you not talking? That mean running for president?
No.
That mean running, that mean your political leader? And you're hearing that? Nobody will come to me tomorrow when something happens to say, Pedro, we need you to make noise. We need you to call for protest. I will not do it. I will not do it. Because you are seeing the crisis now. Your leaders are silent. Your leaders are not acting. You're seeing the crisis. The Elections Commission is clear. They have demonstrated very clearly that they are partisan, that they are not neutral, that they are not credible. The Supreme Court mandated an exercise. Yombly Kanga Lawrence went and proceeded. No, my father David, don't tell me that I have a stake. I don't have a stake equal to Joe Boakai. I'm not running for president. I don't have a stake equal to Cummings. Don't say that. The stake I have is as a citizen and as a political activist. I'm telling them now, this is a problem. They need to wake up and stand up and ensure that this nonsense at the neck does not continue, because it could follow us into 2023. You're sitting out there. Your mother can't tell me, say, we must make noise when the time comes. We must go lead protests. You know me, how I can talk. I will tell you the truth. Because the problem has shown its ugly head. It is now time to cut that head off clean so that it does not become a problem in 2023. The Elections Commission is brave to ignore and disregard the ruling of the Supreme Court, the mandate of the Supreme Court. Imagine what they could do in 2023. Sit down there and wait. Sit down there and wait. Thomas Kra, I will not do fusa. The political leaders must stand up and lead. You hear me? Including the one that I support. They must stand up and lead. I will not do it for them. I am not running for president. I might not even run for position in 2023. I'm telling you, I might not. There's a strong chance I will not be on the ballot. Right now, they play my hair. I told you, I said, certain thing I'm working on, that way I'm focused on. That's my focus right now. My project that I'm working on, that is my focus right now. Because Liberia Palava is just too much. I'm focused on my own project right now. That's where my focus is. I will still do the advocacy. I will still support Joe Baka, but I will not go overboard. The politicians must stand up to do it for themselves. They need to lead. That's why you call yourself a political leader. You must lead your people. You must lead your people. You understand me? No, I cry. My man, the thing I'm working on, something, I can't run for, but I waste my time. I can't run for senator. My man, lead that thing. I say, I'm happy with fiat for God forbid, but to say I'm a leader and can't run, I can't, no. That's what my focus is right now. I'm working on making myself very, very economically powerful. That's my focus. That is my focus right now. Let me be honest with y'all. Y'all know me, I can tell you the truth. So that the problem now, the problem you see today, it will show its ugly head tomorrow.
Tomorrow, yeah.
The problem you see today, people, Anthony Kesely, the problem we see today, that it will see tomorrow, that the election commission can look at the Supreme Court and say, to hell with the Supreme Court. That thing you say, we're not listening to it, we'll do the one what we want to do. That they can rule in favor of ability, even though the Supreme Court told them, say that nonsense you did. You're not sort of do it. You're not fair to Yomli Kanga. You're not fair to Yomli Kanga. They told them that in the Supreme Court. Stay. Next, listen to it. Say, that you business, that your own, you not talk.
You waste your own time.
Yeah, they still went and ignored the Supreme Court. If you don't understand how grave this thing is, how serious this matter is, then you're not going to be running for president, sir. If you're the opposition leaders, you don't understand how serious this matter is, then you're not going to be running for president. If you look at the thing that's happening with Belete and Yombli right now, where the Supreme Court mandated that the corrections to the Constitution be made, and the Elections Commission is refusing to accept that corrected version of the Constitution today, because they say they want ability submitted before that they want, they still accept. They wrote Yombli. They wrote Yombli on the 21st of July, just last week. They said, Yombli, to hell with you, yeah. That Constitution you sent us, we're not accepting it, yeah. To hell with the Supreme Court too, yeah. They want Belete sent us. That the one we accept. We love Belete. Anything Belete say, that what we'll do. And our leaders will do nothing. This is a country where the foot soldiers are expected to be the one to carry the load, do all the heavy lifting.
Why the political leaders sit back and watch?
Yeah. The how on a politics looking like, bro. We the Babylon.
The ground soldiers, the foot soldiers.
Yeah, we the Babylon. Thomas Kra. We the Babylon. Then later on, and we are the ones they are going to accuse. Oh, a lot of men are taking money. A lot of men, the people who said now we're not doing nothing, that we the one they're going to accuse. Oh. The political leader, they're not, we're not acting. You can accuse them of taking money. We who ain't got no, are not running for president. That not mean won't be the head of the country. I may not even be on the ballot for any position, but y'all can treat all that we the one running for president.
But somebody say you're a shareholder in Liberia, so you have to advocate for the people.
I will do the one I can do, but I'm not going overboard. I will not go overboard. You boy, I'm telling you that here, I'm not going overboard. Somebody asked me, what's the update on the case? The case there. The lawyer submitted me an invoice. I need to pay that invoice there. The lawyer said the money we deposited first, that money there, according to the policy, he said they can't touch you. My man, I deposited money for retainer. How did they call it? You know the money we raised that time for my case? We built on it. I deposited the money for the retainer. The lawyer get the money, good sum of money. The lawyer saying that I'm gonna pay different money because the only time they can test that money that you deposit is when they're closing the case. Yo, who the lawyer then how they can do it? Now what the lawyer told me, the lawyer said when they're closing the case, that's when they can test that money. But when the case is still on, they can't test that money that you deposited. So I will need to pay different money for that case there. So the case is there. The case not closed yet. Bill trial been delaying. But let me tell you, Bill trial can win a case. Libel cases in this country, defamation and libel cases. The person who files the chances of winning a libel case in America is 10%. 10%. The chances of winning a libel case in America is 10%. 10% chance of winning it. So Bill Toy got a 10% chance. I got a 90% chance. And then another thing, Bill Toy is from a corrupt, roguish country where he's a public official there. So there are a lot of things against him. A lot of things against Bill Toy. For me, the only thing I gotta do is we gotta pay for the case. So I gotta come back to you so we can raise some money to go pay. Oh, but and I don't want working for. You're the ones who pay. Yeah, but I saw y'all when I said no, y'all expect me to go in my pocket. What the money I get? The money we deposited with the lawyer said you're not touching that money until the case is about to end. The last bill, the last invoice, that when he will apply that money against it. But while the case is there, he said we will pay new money. So we got to pay for the invoice that has been submitted. But here's the good part. After we beat Bill Trower, which we will do, after we beat Bill Trower, guess what? All the money we spend, Bill Trower will pay all back. He will pay all the money back. That's the way it works. So all the money we're spending, he will pay every cent back. In fact, they will make a small thing on his head. So that's the way it is. So yeah, we'll need to pay. I will come to y'all. And now y'all want working for? We'll pay. Y'all pay. We're working for y'all. So y'all will pay. So we'll come back to y'all. We got to go back and raise some money to pay the lawyer. The lawyer say he can't touch the money that I deposited. He said they can't touch it. Yes. Yes. You ask me what I want to collect money? Yes. I want to collect money from my supporters to pay.
Let's see if we can bring the guys from Soup on. This
but hold on, man. We're talking about money in business here. Listen, I'm not looking for money to go pay for case for my girlfriend. I'm looking for money to pay for a lawsuit that a stupidation brought against me on nonsense. That is what we're looking for money for. So we are going to collect money from y'all to pay for that. And now you see me acting like I seen. And I'm asking you for money to go pay my bills, so money to pay lawyer for case they brought against me for talking for y'all. And at the end of the supposed to pay, you're the ones supposed to pay. Ain't you understand, my people? Ain't you understand? You're the ones supposed to pay for the case. But who's the person joining us on the show?
I think from Aziko.
Yeah, tell me, I just see the person join like that, my man. We're not ready here to take somebody, but we're still talking. We gotta go to the phone lines. Let him come back. But we gotta go to the phone lines. We need to take some calls first, then the person can come back. So you see, my people, we will pay. So we will raise money to pay the lawyer. And that's gonna be suffering to do that kind of thing there. Yeah. You know, I didn't want to tell you, but somebody asked me that morning that person made me to tell you. I didn't want to tell you because I was embarrassed to come tell you, say, oh, we got to pay some more money to the lawyer. The lawyer say the money what I deposited, they can't touch it until the case closing. So they 1 year will need to raise money to pay the lawyer because Bill Tower told us, say, Bill Tower got government money. We don't get government money. You got plenty of government money. We don't have it. So You're $25. And you know the thing about it, I'm grateful to my people because what y'all can do, y'all will always help. You always help. You don't always do it for me, and it's not meant to be that way. It's meant to be for the people. But in this case, you decided you wanted to help me with a case. So I really appreciate that. Yeah, I can't be doing all the other things and I be thinking about case. Yeah, man. So I will come to you to let you know so we can collect the money, so we can pay for the lawyer. Okay. So now we're going to take the guys from we're gonna take some calls first, Baka. Let's take a few calls first. It's important. So again, my final word to the political leaders, and I say this with the utmost respect. You need to wake up now and show that you have juice. Oh yes, thank you. I was about to talk about the LACC thing. Waka, we have to play that. It's very important. We'll take those people later, Waka. This is very important. The LACC boss said he's in hiding. Waka, you know what that means? The LACC boss is saying that he is in hiding. And you see, this is serious. This is very, very serious. Let's go to the phone lines and take some calls there. You see that, you know, when I see somebody else working, call me criminal. A criminal because I ask my supporters to help me with a lawsuit that a stupid man filed against me. That what me make criminal. Fine. Man, people will pay. You vest, that's your business. Go get a supporter, then when you're in trouble, they can stand with you. Yeah? Okay. Let's play that interview with the LSCC boss, with VOA. He spoke with James Botte, and let's listen to what he had to say. He said he is in hiding. He said he fears for his life. Joey and his people want to remove them. You see, are they trying to remove him? Because, you know, to be honest, I'm not a fan of Martin. Edwin Martin and Serena Seaford were my lawyers. I fired the two of them. You understand?
If I could have fired a lawyer,
no, I'm not going to fire my lawyers, but those two, I fired them. I fired the two of them. So I've never been a fan of Edwin Martin. Never. But you see, but Edwin Martin, when he went to LSCC, the man started cooking with blood smoke, and then he started cooking with salt. He went after a few people, even though the Bill Tower investigation that they did were not correct. You remember that MPA investigation?
Yeah.
It was not correct. They left the main corporates. They left the main corporate Bill Tower and Kando Barbara and went after that beginning. Where he said, Charles, my other God. So the issue here is this. But Edwin Martin went after the Minister of Agriculture, and legitimately so. And the Minister of Agriculture, and John Weir said, you know, John Weir said on the show that day, on not our show, on the show with that local talk show host, he said he was not aware of the investigation report. So and then he said, is that the final verdict? So now, when we look, they sent this bill to the legislature to amend the LSCC Act. So even if you want to amend the Act, they were talking about strengthening the LSCC, but in fact, they weakened, when in fact they have weakened the LSCC Act. They have weakened the LSCC. They are completely dissolving the LSCC, and they are saying to the people who have a tenure that they no longer have a tenure. They are dissolving the entire leadership of the LSCC, and they are asking the people to reapply. This, to me, is a witch hunt of the LSCC. And for the LSCC boss to go on the VOA international radio to tell the world that he is in hiding, it is serious. Play the interview, Boga. Let's listen to the LSCC boss. Like I said, I am not a fan of Martin. I am not. I have not been a fan since I fired him and Serena Stephens. But to see what's happening to him, it is serious. Play it. Play it, Boga.
Edwin Martin says his whereabouts are presently unknown to the public, implying that he may be in hiding. Last month, he recommended the prosecution of several government officials for alleged corruption, including Agriculture Minister Jenny Cooper. Last Friday, the Liberian Senate joined the House of Representatives to pass a new law that would create a new anti-corruption commission. The new law limits the powers of the body to freeze the assets of an alleged corrupt official. Clark Martin tells me the dissolution of his commission is an attempt to abandon the fight against public corruption in Liberia. Since my ascendancy as chairperson of the commission, we have acted consistent with the provision of the 2008 Act to ensure that those public officials that were involved in the act of corruption were brought under the spotlight for prosecution by the Ministry of Justice. We are taken aback that the legislature have gone to work to create a new commission with the sole intent to defeat the purpose of combating corruption in the country. Mr. Chairman, the last time we spoke about your commission going after certain officials of government for alleged corruption. What does this new legislation mean now? Mr. Botte, this is a clever attempt to abolish the fight against corruption in Liberia. The act of the national legislature is purely intended to make sure that this commission does not exist. This commission, by law, was established to ensure that we prosecute corrupt officials consistent with law within a certain time frame if the Ministry of Justice fails. But the new commission that has been established does not have the requisite authority, and the fight against corruption will not be fully utilized. But we will ensure that every remedy within the law will be applied consistent with due process to make sure that those things that were not corrected and those things that were invaded will be corrected by the higher court. Do you plan to go to court about this? Definitely, we have to take the appropriate remedy in law. And that is, you cannot, by law, amend and create and dissolve or tenure position. So to do what they did is a clever attempt to wish on the present administration of the Liberia Anti-Corruption Commission, because we stand up for truth. And mind you, history will judge us. Our integrity is on the line. That today we are being persecuted because we stood up for the truth. And come what may, nothing will deter us to ensure that those corrupt officials currently languishing and corrupt religion in government will be brought to justice. Let me ask you, because President George Weah and his administration have repeatedly said that they are committed to fighting corruption. Now you are saying that perhaps this action is intended to put pressure on you to avoid prosecuting some people? Mr. Botte, if you follow my developments and follow the progress of the Liberia Anti-Corruption Commission, I have not in no way submitted myself to any form of pressure. Everything that we did at the Liberia Anti-Corruption Commission is strictly in consonance of the law. We will fight this to the letter. The Liberian people are watching this to the letter. So before I let you go, Mr. Commissioner, you feel that you are being targeted? Mr. Botte, as I speak to you, my whereabouts now is not known. My security is presently with myself. And I've made this known to the Minister of Justice that there's troubling signs of my security. What exactly do you mean? The nature of your security is not clear as you speak. What do you mean? I don't want to disclose to you the nature of my security. But since I assumed this office, only one police have been assigned to me. And I communicated with the Ministry of Justice that there are troubling signs of my security in this process. And I want the Liberian people to know, but howbeit, in the interest of justice and in the interest to ensure corrupt officials are brought to justice, I will act consistent with law. Mr. Commissioner, it's a pleasure speaking with you, and please be safe. Thank you very much. Edwin Clark Martin is chair of the Liberia Anti-Corruption Commission.
Boy, there you have it. The chairperson of the Liberia Anti-Corruption Commission has spoken. Now, a friend of mine who happens to be the LACC boss, or Sierra Leone's version of Anti-Corruption Commission, Francis Ben Kaifala, and I chatted with him this weekend. He posted this on his Facebook page in reaction to what happened, what the Senate did, to water down the powers of the LACC and to dissolve the entire commission, which clearly reeks of a witch hunt or an attempt to kill that the effort by the LACC. He wrote this 3 days ago. Francis Ben Kaifala. He is the head of Sierra Leone's Anti-Corruption Commission. The Anti-Corruption Commission of Sierra Leone, he is the head of it. He said, and I read, my heart goes out to my colleagues at the Liberia Anti-Corruption Commission, LACC. I am reliably informed that the executive, that is the executive branch of government, proposed and the legislature has passed a law to dissolve the commission and replace it with a powerless body. In retaliation for their recent proactive work, I pray that good sense prevails and President Weah does not approve such a dangerous move against the fight against corruption in Africa. This is what he wrote. And I chatted with him on WhatsApp. But I said this to you, my brother. You are asking that George Weah should not sign this bill. But do you know where this bill originated from? This bill originated from the executive branch of government. It was sent to the legislature by George Weah and his people. One of the powers of the LACC Boakai is to freeze, to cause a freeze to be placed on the assets of people or persons accused of corruption who have been prosecuted. That is one of the powers of the LACC. The LACC may go to court and ask the court to freeze your account. Your account, or to freeze your properties, your assets. In this new law that has been passed, the LACC will no longer have that power. The law now goes, the act now goes to George Weah.
Look at that.
To be signed. Between you and me, what do you think Mr. Weah is going to do?
He will sign it.
Mr. Weah will sign it. Mr. Weah was not happy that his Minister of Agriculture was nabbed in that investigation report by the LACC. The folks at Lacc, who have been stealing all the money, including the money for the census. Mr. Weah is not happy about that. He's not happy about all these things that the LACC has been doing. But the LACC has not been going after the real corporates. You've only been scratching the surface. Go after the real corporates. Then we will understand. George Weah will sign. He will sign that bill into act into law when it is brought before him. Believe you me, he will sign it. George Weah will sign it, and George Weah will say it is a good thing. Why at this time are you revoking the powers of the LACC to seek the court's blessing to freeze the assets of individuals standing accused of corruption? Why? Why? And let me tell you this. In the Senate, 20-something senators voted to pass it. All of the United Party senators voted to pass it. In one of our chat rooms, Darius Dillon was complaining that the United Party people never stood with them in the Senate. Let me tell you something. Do not waste your time voting for these idiots when elections come again. Most of them mean nothing. All the United Party senators or United Party lawmakers are the most useless lawmakers. They don't believe in anything but money. Their candidate, their political leader is running for president. Okay? You would think that the elected officials of the United Party in the legislature would be serving as good examples, as good ambassadors of Joe Buckeye. But to the contrary, the Unity Party lawmakers are the worst and they are so crooks. All of them are useless. All of them. And Unity Party has several senators. In fact, Unity Party has more senators in the Senate than CDC does. They always vote for what they want. You got Commoner Wise, you got Prince Moi, you got Dr. Henry Topa. The list is long. They always vote for themselves. They do not represent Joseph Boakai at all. It's all about themselves. What a despicable shame. We will now go to the phone lines and take some calls. We'll follow this issue. George Weah, I'm saying this to you. Do not sign that LSCC Act. Do not sign it. As it stands, you're already in a big mess with the Americans and the international community on this issue of corruption. You should not sign that LSCC Act. You should not sign it. Boakai, let's take 4 calls, and then we'll go and take the people from the Gonglo camp. 4 calls, quickly. 4 calls.
Let's take the guys from Soup yet before we can.
Yeah, take it. Make it very quick.
Yeah. So I'm trying to call you, Mustafa.
I see my brother here, Darling Warwood. Darling, you're saying I should cancel my trip to Liberia because of what? Because Joey will do something to me?
Mustafa.
Joey, I'm not stupid to touch me. Lead that one there. The God that I serve is bigger than Joey. The God I walk in disgrace, Joey. I don't even say that nonsense. I'm going to Liberia December. Nothing will stop it. You think Joey are crazy? To lay on me? Lead out.
Good morning, Mustafa.
Yeah, morning.
Welcome to the Costa Show. You are live with us this morning.
Yeah, good morning. Good morning. Good morning to people, and good morning to the American party who are going to be protesting tomorrow for public like George to see people to
Okay, tell him his line is bad.
Hello? Mustafa, your line is bad. I don't know if.
Tell him his line is bad.
Hello?
Okay, just change your location a bit. No, not yet. Let me see if I can call you back and see it again because I don't know what's happening to your line. That was see 0.
His line is bad, Boakai. You gotta get him on a better line.
Yeah, I'm trying to do that right now, Costa. I'm trying to get him. I'm still trying to get you on a better line. So let me call you back again and see if we can put you through.
George Weah was signed. George Weah will sign that act into law. Watch it and see. He was signed.
Mustafa.
Yeah, you getting me?
Okay, I'm getting you now.
Good morning. Good morning.
Okay, go ahead. You are live.
Yeah, good morning to people loving our great people. And good morning to Costa. Good morning, Costa.
Yeah. So, okay, this protest tomorrow. Tell a little bit about it.
Okay, the protest tomorrow is intended to put the government to fire, as well as for President Weah and the international community as well as local partners to face the country. The protest face the country. We believe that economic the country is collapse, and everything in the country is going into Dabra. Those two institutions stood the time of most 50 years, continue to speak against the government, believes that because we are only 5 years, has not been able to people, and he has not covered corruption, the issue of increase. There's no energy, there's no quality for our people, educational there. As you are aware, in Liberia, the Pitata, the government university loans, the government have, and all the public schools, they align President we are while our people live in poverty, while our people live in poverty. So tomorrow we are going to take the steps to call President Weah and the government to order to tell them that it is now. Because for what we
Mustafa, how many persons we expect out on the street yesterday? If are you guys doing this in line with other organizations to come out to call for this fix this country issue?
Yeah, tomorrow we expect 5,000 going to the street, and they are also the qualified as you are aware is going to enter a consumer market body. It does a protest. The purposeful has also involved the protest. And not a lot of people are involved in protest. So the protest will be a major protest. And we'll have a community of people from all walks of life, from all different. We are expecting more and more for us tomorrow. Because the protest is not just for the commercial state. It's also for a proper one code.
Yeah, but Mustafa, another thing, have you guys reached out to the government on the issue about permit? If not, the issue about safety. Others will want to come out there tomorrow, but they will think about their safety. How safe will the play be like tomorrow? Because tomorrow, you know that tomorrow is a holiday. A lot of people want to join you guys, but their safety, they are thinking about that too. So how safe will the play be like?
Yeah, the project is very people. And we have written communication to justice, informing them about our protest. We have also engaged and the place and the government should however, we are going to protect from the Constitution. It is our constitutional right to of the Constitution. All the government to do to provide to ensure that people and support.
So, Mustafa, finally from my end, probably because I want to come in. Are you guys limiting it to just a day? If the country, if what you guys want tomorrow, if the president don't come out to speak on issues that you guys are raising, will it be a continual process, or it will just end up on tomorrow? You guys just go out there and later on, if there's no head, no tail, and leave the streets. How consistent will you guys be on this particular issue?
Well, this topic is launched as the eve of the revolution to ensure that some people out of the because the government has however, tomorrow we expect the government to come to our people. If they refuse to see our people, the president will continue on the 20th. So we are expecting. So it is not that the day to day, but it is a campaign and not the day. However, tomorrow will be the most important time is calling all news and come on. Because we expect the government, the president, or the president to receive our the state collapsing, Liberia is standards, everything is the prices of gasoline, alcohol.
Bwakai, his line is not very good, Bwakai. It is not very good. That is a problem. We have to wrap it up there.
So
okay.
the continue.
Yeah. Okay. So, final, if we take leave of your final message, so we can leave you. We wish you guys well, and you guys have a successful program on tomorrow. Hopefully.
Yeah. Finally, I want to call everyone, every patriotic to join the banner tomorrow to express to express the pleasure of the people to come out and code, to come out and to come out and for the God for because we believe that we are coming to project. The reason why for so this is the project is an evil. So everybody can tell me party. So assemble tomorrow to launch the first campaign.
All right. Thank you so much, Mustafa.
Thank you very much.
All right. That's the head of SOUP, Mustafa Khan, speaking to us, giving us outline on what will be happening tomorrow. They will go out there asking the government to fix the economy and do a lot of things because there is so much hardship in the country. So he outlined them. We wish them well here from the Costa Show. Okay. So
yeah, I want to say something about that before we take our guest here, Mr. Ernie Bruce. From the musician union. I think Mr. Bruce from the musician union, I think.
Yeah.
Good. I want to say this, we respect and we support and recognize the right of every Liberian to stand up to protest, and we encourage it. And so what SOUP is doing, we're in solidarity with them. We wish them best of luck tomorrow. That is what I can say. Nothing more than that. Mr. Bruce, good morning. Welcome.
Good morning, Henry. How are you?
I'm very well. It's good to have you. So you are from the Musicians Union, right, of Liberia?
Yes. Believe it or not, yes, I am.
Oh, no, I do believe it. I have no reason to doubt it. Let's hear you, sir. So what's happening at the Musician Union of Liberia? I'm told there are issues there that you all are not happy about. So please share with us.
Okay. Henry, the union's lifespan goes way back to 1988. And when the organization was formed back then, I became the first president. So you're talking about more than 3 decades here of history. Let's fast forward to where we are today. There's a letter that's been sent to you that's addressed to the Minister of Labor, asking that the ministry, given the criteria, the category of our union as a trade union, that the ministry, of course, is the right place to carry complaints, right? So that they can come and help straighten things out. Why do we have this? Why are we at this juncture right now? We had an election that happened with a gentleman who's mentioned in our letter that's dated July 17th, Mr. Sammy Gray Boyga. Sammy was elected president, but before too long, he decided to leave. His staff or his membership or his officers, most of them resigned. And Sammy's exit from Liberia was facilitated by an individual that we know. He left the country, but while he was leaving, he designated Mr. Tony Cabaret to serve as officer in charge of the union. Something that was totally illegal. The union has a constitution. Cabaret has been affiliated with union for all these years, as many years as I have, and he knows, he's aware. So before this letter was done, we had a meeting with Mr. Cabaret and a group of concerned musicians. We met on April 3rd, 2022, and in that meeting, we all decided that in spite of what has happened with Sammy's departure, leaving the union in such disrepair, disorganization, we talked to Tony and we all decided, like, look, Tony, we know that what you're doing, what's happened is not correct. We will agree to retain you as the officer in charge as we move forward. And that position will be temporary until we have elections. The determination was agreed to by all of us, and we agreed to do a letter to the Minister of Information, Culture, and Tourism, to Honorable Ledger Rennie. That letter was done, but when the letter was done and carried around for signatures, Tony Cabadere and Sonny Gadiabor refused to sign the letter. They disagreed with the clause in the letter that stipulated that Tony was temporarily retain the title of officer in charge until the installation of new elected leadership. They objected to that. And so after they objected to that, they began to do things and interact with different activities that give us some concern. So we decided, look, this has been going on for some while. Let's now go to the Ministry of Labor and let Labor Ministry decide for us and step in so that Tony Cabadere will cease and desist from what he's doing, and that we legitimize and come back to where we should be. That's why we're here today.
So the crux of the matter is that your president of the union left the country and designated a gentleman called Tony Cabadere, who I know, to serve as officer in charge, when in fact the constitution of the organization states that that should not be the case.
No.
And you can't get Mr. Cabadere out. Is Tony Cabadere refusing to step aside? Is that the problem here?
Well, it seems that's where we're at right now. I mean, that meeting on April 3rd of this year, there was every indication that we had a great exchange. He was there, Sonny Guy was there, Isaac was there, I was there, you know, and Pusciano was there. We left with the final determination that a letter would be done and that everyone will sign. We left that, and someone said that it seems as if Mr. Bruce is trying to control all of us. Unfortunately.
So,
you know,
so how long has Tony Cabadere been serving as officer in charge illegally, by the way?
It's been I would say I think more than 8, 9 months, 10 months. I mean, he's been doing a lot of stuff. He went with a group to Dubai representing the union, carrying musicians. He's been working with Giuliani, doing things, you know, and arbitrarily.
Does the organization not have an organizational structure with the vice president and then other deputies, other principal deputies who should act in the stead of the president when he is indisposed or when he is away?
Right.
Do you not have that structure in place?
Well, that whole structure has broken down. Costa. It's broken down, and that's why we're going to labor, you know, and let the official entity that's in charge of trade unions, because of the music thing, all these people don't think of the union as being a trade union. Even some musicians are not convinced that, you know, how they should be behaved because they're tradesmen. Okay, we're doing a specific task, and we should be treated like the tailors, like anybody.
Let me ask you a question. This Sammy guy, and you know, I know Sammy. So this Sammy fella who won the election last, so he's back in America. He lives in America, and so he went to Liberia and won the election.
Costa, this is how it happened, because I was part of the entire process. The guy came, and then, you know, there was the thing about him coming to get some money. The president was going to put money in the musician union and whatsoever. So when he came, he got elected with his officials. But as times go by, things started getting 12. His expectation wasn't met. He started to round on the issue of GND and collected certain amount of money and left. And when he was in the presidency, he started marginalizing his vice president, the secretary, and other people. So some of them, they just withdraw their support from him. He was doing everything about the entire musician union. So that's
Diabo is watching. He says that what you're saying is not true. They want the opportunity to respond. You should arrange with Sonia Diabo tomorrow so they can speak. But Mr. Bruce, how is it that someone such as yourself, a clearly very intelligent man, educated man, would sit there and allow this organization, which I believe you have strong affinity to, crumble in such a manner? Tell me.
Costa, at my age, I view myself now as being charged with trying to do mentoring and just help our younger Liberians, because this dream of having a viable system in this country has eluded us for so many years, and some of the problems come from right within. So I mean, one tries to be as amenable as possible. When Sammy came and wanted to run, Sammy came and sat with me on 3 different occasions to get advice on what to do. I gave him advice, but when Sam and I participated in the whole process. I mean, because I was the first president, because I have all this education, doesn't mean I can't be involved in the process and share the little bit that I know. But Sammy refused to listen, and Sammy had some illusions that people in high places would be doing certain things to help his presidency, not understanding that the whole motives for having a union is totally different from that. So that's why we are where we're at. And besides that, Sammy's tenure, their tenure has already expired, and that's what we see. That the only option we have right now is to go to labor ministry.
So, Mr. Bruce, there was this just ended program at either the ministerial campus or somewhere where they organized and called up other musicians to attend. Were you informed? If not, tell a little bit about this particular event. How was it organized that other musicians attended and others were invited at the program?
I'm so happy that you guys have given us this platform to talk about. There's the entertainment sector in this country. It's got so much potential, but it's so troubled and fractured because we have things going on that are just not monitored at all. I was not invited to that event, and I'll say this in a public way: that a lot of things going on that are happening now. There's a small school of thought that Mr. Bruce should not be involved, and it's for silly reasons. So I was not invited. There were a few others that were not invited. Isaac was not invited. And it seemed to us that the invitations and the invites to that event were done from a purely political perspective. So that's, I was not invited. I didn't show up.
Mr. Bruce, I have a question for you. Actually, it's a question that someone asked me to ask you. What was Tuni Kabade's position in the organization prior to his being appointed by Sammy as officer in charge? What was his position?
None.
Because he had no position. He's with PDND. He had no position.
So you mean Tuni Kabade, whom I know, had no position in the organization, yet Sammy decided to handpick this guy to make him the officer in charge. Now, another question I have for you, which is my own question: which government entity has any sort of oversight or any kind of relationship with the union that you could go to intervene to try to fix this ugly matter?
Ministry of Labor. Ministry of Labor.
That is where you are now.
Not the Ministry of Information. Yes, and not the Ministry of Information, Culture, and Tourism has been. There's a misunderstanding about the role of Ministry of.
Well, I held that misunderstanding before. I'm guilty of
there you go.
well.
There you go. Yeah, thank you, my brother, because you can help us to clarify this. It's a trade union. It's a trade union, and then it also plays a great role in our cultural dynamics in the country. So that's why that's why we're at labor. But let me take that a little further for you. There are line ministries that the intellectual property system, and the union is a part of it. The Ministry of Commerce, Ministry of Information, Culture, Tourism, and what's the other one? I think Justice Ministry. Yes, when you come to talk about enforcement of the laws that protect people, intellectual property, and creative works and all that stuff, the Ministry of Justice has to come. We have laws to do all this stuff, and they're just there. They're just laying there.
Thank you. So Tony Kabade works for Julie Andy, I'm told. Is Julie Andy a member of the union?
I'll say this, and I'll say this with all honesty, without any malice or anything. I've been very disappointed that Julie has never affiliated with us, with the union. They're very, very disappointed, and I hope she's listening to this.
She's never.
Maybe we're coming to a point now. She has never affiliated with the union at all. Okay, I have invited Julie to meetings, to workshops pertaining to intellectual property and the arts and stuff. She won't show up. So that's my answer for you.
Thank you, Mr. Bruce. Mr. Bruce, thanks for enlightening us about what's happening at the musicians union, and please do let us know what comes out of the engagements or the efforts at labor. We'll bring you back on here to just update the public on this. You see the way we operate, every aspect of the Liberian society is important to us. So the musician union, you are just as important. So that is why we decided to, when we were asked, we decided to give you the platform to come on to speak to us about what's happening there. We hope that this situation, I know Sammy, I'm very disappointed. I have met Sammy before. I met Sammy before. Sammy introduced me to some fantastic people. These guys run an agricultural company. You can hire them and they can come here and they can build a whole poultry, state-of-the-art poultry farm for you. And they can do anything. They can come here and set up a whole, they can set up a whole cattle farm for you. They can do all kinds of things. I mean, fully integrated with its own standalone solar power system and everything. They can build it. He introduced me to these guys. We had a lunch meeting in Philadelphia a couple of years ago. That was my first time meeting Sammy. I haven't heard from Sammy in a long time. The next thing I heard was Sammy was president of the musician union. I was like, what? But what he's done, as you have, if it is as you've described, it is unacceptable. It's wrong. It's very wrong. And I need to get in touch with Sammy because I was under the impression that he was a fan of mine. I hope I have some sway with him to tell him to get involved to set this thing straight because he's messed himself up. I was very proud of him when he got elected because I felt, this guy was not living in Liberia. He goes to the country, he gets elected over other people who are living in the country. I think that was a phenomenal feat, by every measure. But for what he's done now, I'm very, very disappointed in Sammy. So I will try to reach out to him. But Mr. Bruce, thank you very much for coming on. We look forward to having you again to give us update as it unfolds at the Musicians Union of Liberia. Let's give you a minute to close up.
Thank you, Henry. We really appreciate this. This is one of the main things that we're lacking, awareness, spreading the news to people and getting the right information out to our people, because I strongly believe that you and all Liberians love our culture and will support us if we do the right thing. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Bruce. You have yourself a wonderful day. All right, folks. So there you have it. We are done with today's edition of the show.
Yeah. And your boys are on my neck. So today, according to them, we need our 26 from the supporters.
Amen. No 26 for. In fact, no shows at tomorrow. Okay, yeah. Folks, if you are wondering, tomorrow we will not be on the show as it is a national holiday in Liberia, Independence Day. Liberia turns 175 years old tomorrow. We ain't got a jing thing to show for it. The Congo man says, we ain't walk the salt we eat as Liberia. But I'm hopeful that the future will be bright. Thank you all so much. I wish all of y'all happy 26. Wakai, all of y'all in the studio, I wish a happy 26. The 26 dry, the country dry. So that no celebration. The 26 no celebration. Now when you just consulting with so down there, so you just laughing at us.
That is me, Eduardo. Come on, man.
My man, no, yeah, the thing is, they not pay. My people say, yes, so you know. If you only want they not pay, they not pay. Baga now want me to pull that information off, but they have taken pay. They took pay over the weekend. Look at them. My man, but when you wanted for to say I'm a bar boss man, I'm paying my people for 20. But listen now. Even though they have taken pay, but it does not mean you cannot cannot get in 26. You won't get in 26, you go ahead and give my people 26, but they're not pay. So don't let them tell you that they're not pay. But get in 26. What dog wear? How many bottles of Vuvuzela last beer dog wear can drink before you feel like you not drink beer?
At least 8. At least.
Man, a dog wear can drink 8 last beer. Then he be walking out the book and straight over and that's all the deer. All right. Thank you so much. God bless you all. Bye-bye.